1, 2, 3, 4. Do you have any idea how in the world this year, 2019, is like over already? I mean, I know the older I get, like every year just seems to go by faster, but it's so hard to believe. Not only are we finishing a year, we're finishing a decade. Like, how in the world? Like, we're entering 2020. Have you ever thought of what it would be like if your life was only as long as a corn plant has to live? I don't know how long a corn plant usually lives. Maybe, 3 months or something like that. Bears fruit and it's done. Like, it's not a very long life.
So Hannah and I have been reading through the book of Psalms in our worship time together in the mornings. And what we read this morning is actually sort of the inspiration for this vlog. So I just want to read a couple verses. It's from Psalms chapter 90. Starting in verse 3, it says, "You return man to dust and say, 'Return, O children of man.'" This is talking about God. And then in verse 5, "You sweep them away as with a flood. They are like a dream, like grass that is renewed in the morning. In the morning it flourishes and is renewed. In the evening it fades and withers." So it's like grass, can wither a little in the sun if there's not enough water, and can just kind of come and go in how it looks and everything. And it's a lot like that in our lives, There's ups and downs and struggles and challenges. Sometimes the sun beats down hot and, sometimes we get a little withered away. And then later on in the chapter, it says, "So teach us to number our days, that we may get a heart of wisdom." Kind of reminds me of how Solomon says in Proverbs 27 that don't boast for tomorrow, because you don't know what a day may bring forth.
I've often heard people say things like, live every day as if it was your last. Like, do what you would do if it was your last day on this earth. But it's like, okay, if it was really the last day that I was going to live on this earth, I'd want to talk to all my friends, all my family, say goodbye to them, tell them I love them. I don't think I really should do that every single day. Maybe a better way to think of it would be live life like it's short. Because, in the grand scheme of things, life isn't long. It goes by fast. And when you think of it in comparison to eternity, this is just a tiny little bit. So it's like, if you knew that if you lived in a really, really cold place for just 1 year, forever after that, you could go live in a place with warm, sunny beaches. I would do it. Why not? I could endure that for a year. It's kind of like that in the lives that we have here on this earth. God has given us this short time, and yeah, it's hard, but if we really put our hearts into it and keep our minds on what's ahead, on heaven, then it helps us put things into perspective, that this is just a little bit, this is just a short time. And if we live life like it's short, it'll really help us to prioritize what is it that really needs to be in my life and what doesn't.
Tonight we're headed to Cambodia, and it's a bit of a different trip. We're not going to be filming anything. We're going to be speaking for a youth conference, which means we get to pack lightly. As we were talking about this, it made me think when people get older, many times they have regrets. And it's interesting to listen to what their regrets are. A lot of people talk more about what they wish they had done than what they wish they hadn't done. And it got me thinking, it was like, we can be doing good things or things that look harmless or good, but they could still be hindering us from doing the best things. And when we look back, of course hindsight's 2020, when we look back, we'll probably wish we had done the best things.
like the weeds. You know, we can have things in our lives that have taken root, that are filling a place that could be filled with something so much better. And you know, if you leave soil unattended, it will get filled with weeds. But if you want good things in there, you have to put them there. But also, getting out the bad things takes effort too. But with God's help, we can get rid of those things in our lives that are taking up space, even things that might not look bad, but things that are taking up space that could be filled with something much better.
So as we're almost at the end of 2019, I want to encourage you, think back over the year, what you're thankful for, how God's led you, but also, what do you wish you'd done differently? Think about that and start making a plan for how you and God are going to work together to make 2020 a much better year than 2019. Well, I gotta go on some errands, but thank you so much for joining us, and if you want to join us on this journey, hit subscribe if you haven't already. Thanks so much for watching. God bless. We'll see you in the next video.